So, the mother of Big Mom, Mother Caramel, has been revealed. Now, I want to be honest here, I figured that it was going to be someone we already knew, someone that, we've seen a glimpse of in the past or something. I figured that's kind of what it was going to be, but apparently not. It's a new character, a new face, and overall, I'm kind of curious to see what type of relationship Big Mom has with this portrait or the person inside of it, because she does say that she is our mother, all of our mothers, but it's not clarified if that really is like Big Mom's mother or not. Regardless, though, the face has been revealed, and clearly Big Mom does have attachment to the portrait, because you see, when someone actually probes her for information, she's like, don't try to go into my memories and all that. She gets all serious, pissed off, and she looks at this man like she's about ready to gut this man, and he just drops it, like he falls over, and, another guy has to come in just to, kind of calm down Big Mom, because she got that pissed off with someone just asking her about the relationship between her and, Mother Caramel. So, regardless of that, though, I gotta admit, I'm curious to see how Big Mom is gonna react. I mean, we've been told she's gonna wail, scream, and all that, and she's gonna be able to get injured. I'm just curious on how it's gonna look, the outcome of it, because for her to act like that, to get that pissed off when someone, mentions, the portrait or, like, the relationship and all that, there's something going on there. There's some form of relationship between Big Mom and her, like the girl in the portrait, that they have, and Big Mom doesn't want anyone to know. No, she doesn't want anyone to know what type of relationship she has. It's a very sore spot in her memory, something that probably really affects her to this day, and might even be the reason for why she acts like she does. Regardless, though, let's talk about the other stuff. Vito. So Vito, he's pretty damn scared. He's getting a little bit nervous in this chapter. He's like, yo, there's just so many big officials, these top, like people in the underground world that are popping up for this party. It's just absolutely insane. I mean, I felt at ease when we were on Big Mom's side, but now knowing that we're going to be going up against them, we have to get all this shit done in a couple of seconds, I'm kind of worried. I'm legit worried, Capone. And Capone's like, just calm down and all that, it's fine, we gotta do this. And just Vito, the way he's reacting, it makes sense, because, I mean, when you look at everybody that's a part of this party, it's not just Big Mom's crew, but the Vinsmoke family. And we gotta remember, the Vinsmoke family, they're getting targeted. Big Mom's family is gonna try to kill the Vinsmoke family. However, they're unaware of that. So, obviously, before anything happens, if they don't really become aware of what's going on, they might actually try to help out Big Mom before everything is said and done with those couple of seconds when Capone, Straw Hats, and all that go in to try to save, Sanji, but also take down Big Mom. So there's a lot of variables here that can happen because of the way the wedding and how short the time frame is. And I mean, when you look at it like this, I can understand why Vito would be very concerned, why he's kind of scared, because I mean, with all these big faces and all that, someone that can also, see through time and all that, be able to see what's going to happen with hockey, it's some scary stuff. So I'm with Vito here. Like, it's kind of terrifying, but it's kind of interesting, because I can't wait to see how it's all just gonna come falling apart, like the entire plan and everything, because obviously something is gonna go wrong. If it's not because of, Dog Teeth that was introduced in the last chapter with that badass design, it's gonna be something else that's gonna happen. So something bad will definitely happen. Now, regardless of that, let's talk about Capone. So Capone, he's, talking to Caesar and all that. He's like, Caesar, your mirror and all that. This mirror, you're going to have to bring it in, and you're going to allow us to escape through it. You're the big person that's going to have us out and all that. Please don't fuck us over and, back out now. And Caesar's like, what are you doing, my boy? Like, I can't do that right now because of what's going on. Like, there's no way I can back out. As you remember, Caesar's life, he's on the line. His life is really on the line. It's not just because that Capone has his heart, but if Caesar does the wrong move, obviously Big Mom's going to kill his ass. I mean, she was going to kill him regardless because he did not know how to make giants. So, like, he was on the verge of it, but he just doesn't know how to do it and, make the actual experiment work yet. And so, automatically, he's on the chopping block. If he wasn't helping out Capone or the Straw Hats, he would probably be dead after this party's over. He's very aware of that, so that's why he's helping. He's like, Capone, you don't need to do this. You don't need to be squeezing my heart like every 2 minutes to make me follow along and all that, because obviously if I don't, I'm dead as hell as well. So I'd rather just, follow along with the Straw Hats and you. So we get an update status on what, the Straw Hats are doing besides Jimmy. Well, we get an update status on Jimmy as well. Apparently all the Straw Hats, they're taking a nap. And makes sense when you think about it, because ever since this arc began, and they've been traveling and all that, they have been non-stop fighting. It's been fight after fight after fight, big fights at that. I mean, let's just think about what Luffy had to do. He fought for the entire night, eating, fighting, running, fighting an entire army, getting the shit knocked out of him, starving himself, and then eating once again. Just the man has been through so much. His body has taken such a toll. He hasn't actually had time to sit down and really rest and sleep. And so, seeing the Straw Hat crew actually sitting down and resting, yeah, it makes sense. And I mean, it's typical Straw Hat fashion. I mean, I would not like it any other way. Because, I mean, honestly, if the Straw Hats were sitting there just nervous, all that, biting their thumbs or fingernails off, just thinking about what's about to happen, I would be kind of like, oh, this doesn't seem like the traditional Straw Hat crew. Because normally, Luffy, they would just be all carefree, not really caring right before the event starts. And seeing Luffy just taking a nap with everybody else as well, and, you know, it follows, you know, how they're actual characters are, you know, what the Straw Hat crew normally does. And I do like Jinbei and what he was doing throughout this chapter. When he's just sitting there and all that, he's just sitting on guard, just watching the Straw Hat sleep. And he's like, I'll wake them up 10 minutes before the operation starts. You don't have to worry about that. Let them rest. He acts like such a good father figure amongst the Straw Hat crew that it's so cool. I mean, I love Jinbei's character. I've loved him since he was introduced in One Piece, but I just really love how he's being represented a part of the Straw Hat crew. He's the guy that's like the person that's very smart, making the plans of the crew, telling them kind of what they need to do. He's probably going to be handling the alliances with Luffy and the others and all of that. And then on top of that, he seems to be like the voice of reason. He's someone that will straight up just say like, hey, look, I know that their antics are crazy, but they need this. Like, they need to rest. You need to overlook it for now. And I just like how Jinbei is kind of like that father figure. He's helping them out and all. He's a good man for that. So, well done, Jinbei. I really love your character, but I'm loving you even more the way you've interacted with the Straw Hat crew, and the way he's actually understanding how they are, but he's not actually getting pulled into their antics, which, you know, that's kind of how Law was. You remember how Law was very serious and all that, and when he got pulled into what, you know, the Straw Hats were constantly doing? I wonder if Jinbei is going to eventually be like that, or if he's going to retain this type of character throughout his journey with the Straw Hats. I'm very curious about that. However, speaking of the Straw Hats, I don't know if I'm not remembering properly, so if I don't remember this properly, you can correct me in the comments below. I make mistakes, but correct me if I do. But, if I am correct, in the chapters that were showing, or the pages that were showing the Straw Hats napping, I don't think I saw Brook. Now, like I said, if I'm wrong about this, correct me, okay? But, I don't think I saw Brook. And if I didn't see Brook, if I am correct about that, where the hell is he? Where the hell would Brook be? Kind of curious about that. I do say that this chapter was pretty fun. I mean, I love the entire panel with the wedding starting and all that. You just see the big panel, like the double page panel, just seeing the wedding, everybody partying, sitting around the table, eating, drinking, whatever. It was a really good panel. Beautiful stuff, beautiful art from Oda. I know Oda had to have a lot of fun drawing that panel because it was so wacky, it fit the theme of this arc. It was just one of my favorites of this chapter. So moving on to the, you know, Sanji part of the chapter. So Sanji's having a lot of difficulties right now, which makes sense. I mean, it's a part of his character. It's something that we've been very aware of for a very long time. It's not something that you could just, you know, get rid of, because it's a character flaw that we know that, you know, Sanji has. So Sanji, he's struggling in this chapter to retain his acting role. Trying to, you know, fake loving Pudding. And obviously, since he loves women and all that, and he can't hurt women, you know, it's kind of hard for him. Especially when he sees someone as cute as Pudding, which I gotta admit, Pudding looks pretty damn beautiful in this chapter. Like, holy crap, the dress and everything, the way she's like, you could give me a kiss, sweetie, and all that, just the way she was presented in this chapter, I could see why Sanji's having some difficulties. And the way he's like, did I imagine things? Like, no, I need to trust my memories, and he's just having, you know, a hard time, like his facial reactions and all that. I mean, I understand. This man, he's had a hard time already with women in the past many times over, and, you know, he's almost died many times thanks to that. I wonder if that's going to play a part in this, you know, entire wedding ceremony. ceremony, because that's something we really haven't factored in. We've all been looking at Luffy kind of fucking up the party, like Luffy's the one that's going to come in with a bang or something and do something really messed up, but what if Sanji messes up? Like, that is a possibility. Sanji can mess up because he doesn't want to hurt a woman or anything, and he might, you know, forget or something, or do something wrong and get hurt in the process. I could see something like that happening, which I hope doesn't happen, because I'd like to see Sanji, you know, make a little bit of steps with his flaw, with his character, and try to improve himself. I would love to see that if he could accomplish that, and so, I'm just curious, will Sanji fuck up the wedding because of, or fuck up the plan, not the wedding, will he fuck up the plan because of how he is, with his flaw, with his character? We'll see where that goes. Regardless, though, good chapter of One Piece. I'm pretty excited to see what happens next. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.